Okay, little update on the transmission situation. Got the positive, all the different leads going from the junction box off. The other half of the junction box to swing this out the way. All of those took that entire bulkhead off, but only after pinching and removing the heater core and whatever the fuck that is hose. They're pinched off. That's the other end of that. The bulkhead's on the ground over there. I think that's all engine bay wise to prepare for the transmission thus far. I'm step by step. The new steering rack came in. Over there. And the old steering rack is right now coming out. I'm on jack stands. I still need to go higher to remove the complete transmission. But if I go too high too early, it'll be a pain to get the shit out the car I need to do pre-transmission falling. So once we get to the point where we're ready to just back the transmission off the engine, I'll have to raise these jack stands again. Also, the jack stands are at the exact same height, 3 notches up. And yet the car is heavily leaning forward. I guess that's the driveway, I would have to imagine. But from that on, let's see, put the phone at the base of both jack stands. Actually, frame it at the edge of the concrete. And you can see the dip. So steering rack's coming out next. Ready for the transmission fluid swap. The steering rack comes out next. And then I have to cut the exhaust clamps because they are rusted solid. There's no way to easily get the exhaust clamps off. Then I have to pull the drive shaft. I've already pulled the shift lever. Not the shift lever. Actually, I have no idea what this damn thing is. Right there. I pulled that bolt out. Not exactly sure what the hell that is. I've undone the coolant lines from on top the engine after that bulkhead moved. So those coolant lines here are ready to undo from here and pull out completely. And then, I pulled the tie rods out for the steering rack. I'm now working on, oh shit, it didn't feel good resting my body weight on that. Wrong triple square. So I need a smaller, maybe a 10 mil I think. I undid the electronics from this is the, here. This is the power cable for the transmission. TCU. Plugs in there. I have to do the subframe for those bolts. I have to do the drive shaft, which requires me to remove this special clamp. And I don't know how to replace that. I have to figure that out. I have to cut those. Those are completely rusted out. That bolt spun and popped. That bolt loosened until the top started turning with the bottom. So now they're just turning together. So I'm just gonna cut and drop that. I got 2 new clamps coming from FCP Euro anyway. And I imagine I have to pull that bracket to get that drive shaft out. Yeah, I imagine I do. Still got a long way to go to get this original transmission out. The new one comes in today, but there's so much I don't have. Test pipes, rear main seal. I lost my fucking rear main seal, and from the looks of it, I need it. I can't tell if that's coming from above or out the rear mainsail, because there is an oil leak from above. Hopefully those valve covers I just changed fix that. But that's the current status of the transmission coming up. We'll work on this slowly but surely. And I will put the camera on the tripod while I remove the steering rack. You better be a 10. 10 you are. Okay. No problems there. Coming out smooth, like I think. Oh, there it is. That's good enough. Alright. Now I should be able to drop the whole steering wheel. I need the right side to fall some more. The right side is moving pretty freely over there. Just sitting higher for some reason. It's definitely coming down at an angle. And I'm not sure why. Camera's gonna have to move. Alright, that's good. Holding you up. Are you not clearing that? This side is gonna have to be let down differently. No, I don't want the whole thing to slide. That would be violent. Oh shit. There it is. That's what it takes. It has to come out at a slight angle. Alright, I don't need you anymore. I think I'm free. And the whole thing comes down. By the way, this steering rack heavy as fuck. Heavy as fuck. Oh. Alright, now we got another major problem. And that's one bad tie rod in on the new rack, which means I'm gonna have to take the passenger's tie rod in off of this rack, which I hope ain't busted, because it didn't come out easy. Let's find out if I can even screw a screw onto it. I beat it a little bit like a red-headed stepchild. Okay, this is good for the most part. So now I got the Frankenstein, and also I gotta try to get it the exact same length. Now, gotta get this shit the same length, which, man, that's about spot on. Although that rack is turned differently. Okay, this side is in. This shit is shorter. So I think all I need to do is turn this like that. That's it. Alright, now I need to mark the threads so I can get that. That's different numbers on those. J32, this is the new one. J34, J50, whatever the fuck that says, can't read that. Alright. I need to go back on the exact same amount of threads. And that's if this boot's on with a tie wrap. Somebody did a homemade repair. This boot's on with a tie wrap. They thought that was gonna fix this. Let me let you see what they were trying to fix. You hear that? Absolute crunch. Versus that. Luckily, all I need is the tie rod ends. These are good. These are good. Just need the second half. And I only need that because this one's butchered. I really only need this one. I don't need that one. But do I swap it out anyway? I mean, it looks 100% the same. No, this one's beefier than this one. Yeah, this one's beefier. Oh, here versus here. I'm changing both tie rods. Yep. One way to do it. Yeah. So one way to do it would be mark the concrete here and make the other one go on and stop there, because with the threads pointed up, to make a full revolution it'd be here or here, so that mark would be plenty. Or I could take calipers to this dimensions right here. Although I'm not sure the threads are exactly the same. There's less threads here than there are here, but they're the same length. So I can't take I have to take the overall length. Well, let me get to figuring this out and stop thinking.